So what up, my Nagas and Naginis? Coming at you on these somber days since Sunday. I want to do my quick little video. It's not going to be too long. I just wanted to do a breakdown of Kobe's, a remembrance of his life, breakdown who he truly kind of was, and understand of how powerful he was, and that he actually pretty much brought about his own death. As you see in the title, Kobe predicted his own death. So we'll get to that in a minute. But, if most of you guys, you see my videos, I'll put in little quips about Kobe and LeBron all the time, because most of y'all crazy people think LeBron is better than Kobe. Y'all lost y'all damn mind. But, that's that's the media. A lot of that is the media pushing that, because LeBron is Capricorn and they're Saturn worshipers. So they're going to flood you with LeBron, Capricorn, the GOAT conversation. The GOAT is the Capricorn. That's the sign of Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. So that's why LeBron is pretty much pushed out here in the forefront. But anyone who really watches basketball and doesn't look at a sheet of paper for stats, they know that Kobe would kill LeBron in his sleep. And most people don't know, you got hate or love for Kobe, and most of the world pretty much has love for Kobe, but there are pockets of haters. And again, that's you being conditioned a lot of the times by the media, and even back then when he had the rape case, and a lot of people heard that Kobe snitched on Shaq, which no one ever proved that. That was the police who said that. And if you guys know the police lie all the time. See, they were trying to get Kobe into a situation. And so then they throw that out there. Kobe lied, Kobe snitched on Shaq, and then that makes Kobe more of a pariah, and then that helps them to build up another case against Kobe. So that whole Kobe snitched on Shaq thing, that's only the police's word. And we're going to take the police lie all the goddamn time. So if you want to believe that, if you want to believe the police snitched on Shaq, which pretty much is probably bullshit, then you go right ahead. But to understand who truly Kobe was, and who he transitioned into, because his mental state early on, he had it early on, just he was basically OCD. See, Kobe's pretty crazy. Like, if he probably didn't have basketball, Kobe probably would have needed a therapist, because dude is crazy. He's obsessive compulsive, and they say it's a disorder, but it's not a disorder. You just you're just really focused on what you're focused on. You block everything out. You have a tunnel vision type of, you have a tunnel type of vision. I understand that. Aries have that type of thing too. When they focus on something, it's like a laser beam. So I understand that. And so people call it obsessive compulsive. No, I'm just laser beam focused. So you want to pick and choose your thing. But people from that, people believe that he was arrogant and standoffish and this and that. And, and he was trying to be like Jordan early on. And this is before he found himself and who he truly was. And, before, when he first came, when he first got into the league, he was trying to be like Jordan. That's who he was. You could see it. He was mimicking Jordan all day. Even though Magic was his favorite player, he had more of a body like Jordan. So he transitioned his game into that. And then once he got into his spiritual realm, when he got consciousness or enlightened, which consciousness means the knowledge within oneself. Once he was able to find that, he was actually able to hit his own thing and be his own person. And that didn't come for a while, but it was introduced early on at 17 when he met Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson called him over to the house before he even had a first game. And at 17, Michael Jackson tried to introduce him to meditation and say, this is going to help clear your mind, calm your mind, in order for you to be able to go on and work better. Once you have a clear mind, you'll be able to focus better. So Kobe tried to do it. Young dude, 17. All he wanted to do was be in practice and working on his game. So he couldn't do it. It was hard for him to sit down and focus. So fast forward 3 more years, he's 20, and this is when the Lakers get Phil Jackson. Phil Jackson already had that implemented into his system, meditation, visualization, because they understand that Phil is an occultist. He reads all these, he's a spiritual dude, both Buddhist. He understands that the physical world of matter is created in the mind first. So if you visualize what you want, If you visualize what you want to happen and you put enough energy into that, it will manifest in the physical world. Phil was a major dude in that, and he brought that to Kobe. And so when he brought it back to the Lakers that time, when he came, Kobe was much more receptive. He was like, oh, well, you know, Michael Jackson and Phil Jackson, the Jackson and Jackson, if both of those dudes are telling me that I need to check this out, then probably I should do it. This is the greatest coach ever, and Michael Jackson's the greatest entertainer ever, and they're both telling me meditation got them to where they wanted to be. So meditation and visualization. So let me check this out. So you know, he starts to meditate and visualize, and this is when his game started to really take off, because Kobe would talk about, he would visualize what he wanted to happen in detail before the game. And now him being Virgo, see, this is where you got to learn your astrology. And I'm going to start doing, you know, just a little series on that too. So we can start learning a little bit of astrology. But once you learn your astrology, Kobe's Virgo, he's really on the cusp. He's a Leo Virgo. But the Virgo part of him is analyze. Virgo is I analyze. So when it gets to breaking things down in detail, he's in his superpower. That's his main thing. And if you ever heard about Kobe, one of his main things that he loved to do was watch tape, because it's analyzing, breaking things down. Oh, his foot moved 1 centimeter to the left before he took off here, or down, or his shoulder dips before he goes to the left hand. Whatever it is, he's visualizing and breaking that down, and that helped enhance his game. And most of you need to get that within your game. Meditate and visualize what you want to happen before you go and do it. I mean, even little things. If you're getting ready to go to the store, visualize the route you want to go to the store. Visualize what you're going to get at the store. Visualize, how you're moving through the store. I promise you, it will make that trip happen much faster, because it's already road mapped in your mind. That's all you're doing when you're visualizing. You're creating a road map in your mind for what you want to happen. And being that everything is mental, if we go back to the Kabbalion, where the all is mental, that's where everything is created first, in the mind, in the mental realm. And so you put enough energy into that, it's of a high frequency and vibration. You have to put so much energy into that it builds up and it's able to manifest here. So that's who Kobe was, man. Kobe, he had reached God consciousness through basketball. Through his true purpose. His true purpose, he came here to play basketball. He came here to instill a different mind state. But his medium to show the world that was through basketball. His message to the world and his gift to the world was that Mamba mentality. That fact that you can do whatever the hell you want to do. If you, first of all, you visualize, because that was a major part of his thing. Like, one of his stories was after the trial that he had, the bullcrap rape trial, where the high elites tried to bring him into into their secret cabal. That's what that whole rape thing was, and he didn't fall for it. So they tried to railroad him. So y'all have to understand, they try to bring people into their little cults and their cabals, and when you don't accept that, then they'll try to corrupt you. See, you come with us or we're going to take you down. And so Kobe, neither one of them worked with Kobe. See, they were pumping him up. And then they said, look, boom, they get him there and they set him up, and he didn't go for the setup. And so they said, oh, well, we're going to destroy you. But that dude was so powerful that he was able to will himself back to the top just through his game. He's like, look, I'm not going to let y'all dictate my life. I came here to do this, and this is what I'm going to be. And willed himself back into the hearts and good graces of the world. It was only America at that time, but this dude, he took off, and this is where he became another dude. And so there was two halves to Kobe, and this is another video I'm going to make. It's called Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe, Dragon, Phoenix, because Jordan was a dragon more. LeBron is more of a Phoenix more. Kobe was both. And you can see it in his two halves of his career. First half, number 8, young Kobe was dragon more Kobe. That boy wanted to take your heart out and eat it with some Chianti and fava beans. that was Kobe. He didn't play. LeBron would have been destroyed. You wouldn't even hear LeBron if he had to play against young Kobe, because Kobe would have ripped his throat out. Seriously, he would have came at LeBron so hard. LeBron back then was super soft. He got a little harder as he went on through the league because he had to play with Kobe, and Kobe showed him what real heart was on that Olympic team. But if young Bron had to play with young Kobe, he would have killed him. It wouldn't even been fair. So that was number 8 was dragging more Kobe. Moving on to the future, number 24, when he understood, yo, I can't be like that anymore. And then also when he embraced his family even more, that brought out that phoenix within him. You know, that I have to give back more and I'll receive. See, the phoenix is the higher consciousness. It understands in order for you to have to get that energy in, you have to put that energy out. And Kobe was just in the early time, he was just so focused on himself, not working out with anybody, not letting anybody see what he was doing, not talking to anybody, not going out to anybody. It was really a selfish thing. I'm going to be better. Then after he got into that 24, he understood, he saw that these people aren't really out for you. They'll cheer and clap and all this and that for you, but nobody's really there to help you but your family. And so then that's when he latched on to that, and he became that Phoenix more Kobe and rose to the top again. So, but what he didn't understand, and his failure and his flaw was, he didn't understand truly how powerful he was. He really didn't. And early on, there's a report, if you've seen Tracy McGrady, when he was crying about Kobe, he was just inconsolable. He couldn't barely talk. And he said that Kobe spoke this. Kobe spoke this all the time. And then Rachel Nichols asked him, and you go look at this, it's The Jump. That interview was on The Jump on ESPN. And he said, she was like, what do you mean? He said, well, you know, and for those of you who don't know, Tracy and Kobe used to live together. When Tracy came into the league, he came right out of high school too, not too long after Kobe, actually the next year. And he stayed with Kobe that whole summer. So and then the next year, if you guys don't know, that's when Kobe went to the All-Star game. He was like, I think the second player to make it to the All-Star game off the bench, like the starter off the bench. And so that summer, though, what made him so good was the fact that he was working out with Tracy McGrady, because Tracy lived in his house all summer because he wanted to know how to handle the league as a young kid coming from high school into the league. And so Kobe was like, yeah, all right, you can come stay at the crib, stay at his house for all summer for 3-4 months. And, he used to tell Tracy all the time back then, and even after that, he said, I want to have a career greater than Michael Jordan's, and then die young so people can appreciate my career. Now, saying that once and not really giving it any emotion behind it, it's not going to really do anything when you say stuff like that in the universe. But you still should be careful with your words, which is why I put out that series Wordplay. Your words hold power. They do. They're frequency and vibration, which is what this whole universe is made of. And if you put enough energy and power behind those vibrations, you will manifest something. And so Kobe, when he was young, the dragon Kobe, all he was really focused on, all his energy was being better than Michael Jordan. And so when he was saying this, he was making contracts with the universe. When you say something like that and you put your true thought and energy and heart and emotion behind it, that's a contract with the universe. The universe said, oh, okay, shit, he means that. Okay, well, here, I'm going to give you that. You put that energy out into the universe. And for most of y'all don't know, he really did have a career greater than Michael Jordan's. You're just not going to see that in the media because they're not going to break it down like that. But he beat more teams than Michael Jordan, or better teams. Like, so Michael Jordan beat 20 50-win teams in his career. Kobe beat 25 50-win teams. He outscored him. He outpassed him. He had more assists than Jordan. I mean, people don't see that. People don't see him better as Jordan because he didn't win 6 championships. But people don't know that when Jordan won his 6 championships, the league was watered down because they introduced 6 more teams into the league at that time, and 5 of them went to the East where he won 6 championships. So he didn't have, his competition wasn't as strong. Under Kobe, everybody's in the league now. Everybody's trying to be like Michael Jordan, much more athletic, much more mentally focused in their game. This is when you got Shaq. Shaq got a lot of his game from Jordan. So you have the competition was way better. Kobe comes in and he's destroying cats with 3 and 4 dudes on him shooting like that. Michael Jordan never had a jump shot like that. He didn't develop his jump shot till he was in his 30s. So again, I'm not doing this to break down and say who was better and this or that. I'm just saying when Kobe said, yo, I want to have a career better than Michael Jordan's, and then I want to die young so that people can appreciate it, that became a contract with the universe. The universe said, okay. And then it's different. It's a one thing to say something in the universe and put it out there, but it's another thing to say it and then put yourself in the position to make it come to fruition. Give me an example. It's one thing to say that, yeah, I'm gonna die when I'm 50, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna die when I'm 55. But you can say, if it's another thing to say, yeah, I might die when I'm 55, but go about and your whole lifestyle is eating burgers and you know, and fatty ass meats, and you drink, and, you know, eating a gang of sugar and all this and that. You're putting yourself in the position to make that come true. And so when I said that Kobe predicted his death, prediction doesn't mean to foresee. These are two different words. Foresee means I see something before it happens. Prediction means to predictate. To dictate is to speak something, to make something happen, or to prediction. See, if I dictate something, I'm speaking it. So predict is to pre-speak. That's all prediction is. All of you are predictors when you say, oh, when you say what's going to happen in your life before it happens. All of you are predictors. So Kobe predictated his death when he made a contract with the universe saying, I want to have a career greater than Michael Jordan's and then die young so people can appreciate it. And what let you know he had a career greater than Michael Jordan's is Michael Jordan never won an Oscar. That to him put him above Michael Jordan in his mind and in the universe. And so the contract was complete at that point. The universe said, okay. And so then you got to pay the piper. When that comes back around, what he didn't do is nullify the contract. It's one thing to make a contract with the universe. You can do that. And then you can nullify that contract with another by speaking something else into the universe. So when he had his children and he began his family, he didn't nullify that contract and say, well, I want to live till I'm 95. Fuck this, you know, I want to live and watch my kids grow old, because his emotion and energy would have been behind that. And the universe would have nullified that first contract and put him on a new path. But he didn't do that. I'm sure old Kobe forgot about young, brash Kobe talking that crazy stuff. He probably thought he was just saying nothing when he was speaking that when he was young. But when you're that powerful, when you have that much mental energy, you can't make arbitrary statements into the universe like that, because the universe will pick it up, and then you put yourself in the position to make that happen. He did that, going out with 60 in his last game. Nobody ever did that. If you look at all the great, crazy moments that happened in Kobe's life, the spectacular moments, they far outweigh anybody you ever seen in basketball. Spectacular, like unbelievable shit that he did, like coming back from 28 down. Crazy stuff this nigga did. That's why Kobe fans love him so much. This dude was he was doing magic. Magic got the name, but Kobe was really performing magical shit. Hitting shots over 3 and 4 dudes, you know, scoring 55 points in a half, beating a championship team by himself the year they won the championship. No one has ever done that before in the history of basketball. That dude was that powerful. Beating a championship team by himself. By himself. The end of 3 quarters, the team had 61, Kobe had 62. So when you're that powerful, you have to be careful with your words into the universe. You have to think about what you're saying. And is what I'm saying is that creating a contract that I want in the universe. But also the flip side of that is you can speak up the positive things. That's what fate is. That's what destiny is, to speak that which is spoken. So prediction, fate, destiny, all of these things say that you speak your own reality into existence. You think it, you speak it, and then it happens. So all of you, be more careful with your words. you know, and use your words constructively. Tell those people out there who you standoffish with, you gotta hit them up, man. Tell them, yo, man, this is some bullshit. We need to link up. All the you know, the bullshit we were tripping on. We gotta let that go. We just gotta let that go. It means absolutely nothing. It absolutely means nothing. Let's figure out a way to get past this bullshit so that we can work together and do what we need to do. Because as you see, you know, you never know when Sith is going to happen. And especially when you're not as aware of what you're doing, you never know what type of contracts you've made in the universe and they're going to come back and get you. You need to know, you need to start thinking about that though. Have you made contracts with the universe that you were really emotional about at the time, and you put that energy out there? And then are you putting yourself in a position to make that thing happen? So, you know, no one escapes the universal law. Get the Kabbalion. This will show you. This is the law. Universal energy, karma. This is the law of cause and effect. You cannot think and put something out there into the universe with that much energy and force and emotion and think that it's just going to die and then not only that, you put it out there, but then put yourself in the physical position to make that to happen. These two things, it's a marriage. It's one thing to say it and think it, and then, you know, or it's one thing to say, yeah, you know, I might die of heart disease by I'm 55, but you work out every day. That's probably not going to happen. You eat right and you work out every day, but you still say, yeah, I might die of heart disease when I'm 55. That's probably not going to happen. If you live a healthy lifestyle and you said those two things don't add up. They don't juxtapose. That's not a marriage. But when you have two things, you might die when you're 55 and you eating like crap, and these two things come together, you're putting yourself in a position to make, you know, that prediction come true. So remember, predictions are not being able to foresee what comes on. It's speaking things into existence. All of you are predictors, especially when your focus, your mental focus and emotion, and not emotion, feeling. Remember, emotion is feeling moved to action. So really that is what happens. When you feel something so powerfully in the universe, it moves the universe to action. So it is actually emotion. So you better be aware of when you speak something into the universe, how powerful or how much you feel about what you're saying. Because the universe will take that and start to move things for you. Like, all right, let me put this in position because he said he wanted this and he really felt that shit. So let me move that right there. Bam. All right, you got it, bro. So I just want to say, you know, to Kobe, you know, peaceful journey. You know, thank you for coming, dropping that knowledge on cats. You know, being one of the gods, the conscious gods, and awakening minds in a different way. You know, we all do it in certain ways. I do it with information, knowledge, information. You know, Zoe does it like that. He does it, you know, through knowledge, information, but also through his comedy and speaking, and, you know, speaking his information through comedy. You know, all of us have our ways, you know, to express the God consciousness, you know, who are on that frequency. Kobe was right there. He was one of the gods. He was one of the avatars who came here to help teach. And, you know, you lost a good one, but he left all of the information. He left the blueprint for all of you to follow. Stop, no excuses. You know, stop with the excuses. Focus and execute. He's like, there's no reason that you can't do that. Stop letting people tell you that you're less than. All of you are gods. All of you have the God consciousness. You just need to tap into it. He was just a young dude who understood early, this is what I want. And the frequency opened up for him and he was there. He just didn't understand how powerful he was. And he spoke something into the universe that he didn't cut off when he should have. So peace to Code. And oh yeah, for the rest of you guys who keep asking me, I'm telling y'all the shirt, the no capitulation shirt, it is not. It is not in the store. Sorry, I can't put this in the store, not yet anyway. This is a special order item. I'm also going to be making Naga Nation t-shirts. That's a special order item. As you can see, you can get the All Rights Reserved t-shirt. This is for, you know, all the people who are in the law classes and stuff like that. You know, just so you know, this is what's called an explicit reservation of your rights. Y'all don't know, if you were to be arrested by a police officer and this says all rights reserved, this is explicit reservation that you reserve all your rights. Legally, this can be taken as such. Because what if you're a mute? What if you're deaf and mute and this is the only way you can communicate? So this legally would be taken as you being able to reserve your rights. People don't know that. This is why I put it on the shirt. So again, so actually what I'll do is, if you want this, this is actually in the store, so you can go buy this in the store, but you get the Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy. Remember, you'll get the special order, no capitulation, the no capitulation shirt, or you can get the package. So you can get one or the other. You can't get both. Because I'm also giving you the digital copy of the Great Book of Melanin Research, so you can mail to your family and friends. So you can either have, and also you'll get 3 status classes. So, but you can either choose between the package, the Know Your Rights package, or you get the No Capitulation t-shirt. Or if you want, I'll give you the Know Your Rights as well. So that's the deal. Excuse me. That's the deal. Also, make sure you guys sign up. I got a couple more days. I'm trying to get more people into Patreon. About 30 of you signed up, so thank you for that. I needed 50 at $10. As many of you as that can rush in the last couple of days, please do so. We have the police stop law classes that are every Sunday, and the last 2 Sundays been awesome. The last Sunday I just broke off the police official bond information. I mean, it's some real stuff, and I showed specifically that police officers and public officials have to have bonds. I showed what those bonds were called, the name of those bonds, and how they're obligated to have these things, and how if they don't have them, none of these officials can work, and how if a police officer doesn't have the bond, then his superior has one, and he's under that bond. This is true information. I've had the police officer Trey on to tell you that who actually has the bond, that you cannot work without this bond. So this is the type of stuff that's coming out in the police stop law class. I'm not putting that on it's only on the Patreon. I'm not putting it on the YouTube channel. This is for people who really, really want to know what to do at a police stop, because it's a serious game right now. Most of you are going to jail because you don't know what to do at the initial stop. Really simple shit. And you're going to jail forever. 28 years and getting 30 years for bull crap that you don't know how to handle and talk to the police just from the jump. And they lead you and trap you into more crap. That if you knew what to say right off the bat, that you would even have the interaction with the police officer would be 3 minutes, if that, 2 minutes, if you knew what to say, and then you could be on your way. But again, if you don't want to know and you want to just keep acting like, there's nothing for you to do, and the system has it out to get you, and the system is racist and all this and that, and the white supremacy and all this and that, and that's bullcrap. You just want to stay a victim. I ain't got no time for you motherfuckers. But for people who really want to know and educate yourself and be able to educate your children, this is stuff that they should know, because they're the ones who get railroaded the most, because they know that the children are scared and don't know anything. So they roll up on 14, 15-year-old, 16-year-old kids, especially melanated, because at those ages, we look grown. So they have no remorse about harassing them like an adult. So that's why you need to arm them like an adult with the law. So they'll be confident when these police officers roll up on them and know what to say. And be able to pull the law on these police officers, not guess the law, and then the police officer comes back and say, no, that's not it. No, have your son and have your daughter be able to spout that law to the police officers. No, this law, Michigan State law, Michigan State code says boom, 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 boom. And then, California code says boom, boom, boom. You need to be able to hit that police officer with his own shit like that, and you'll see how they'll back off. Say the word bond to a police officer. I'm going to pull your bond and place a lien on your bond. Watch the police officer's demeanor, his whole face. See what he says when that happens, because they don't think you know about that type of stuff. because that's the true way you get back at them. You can place a lien on a police officer's bond. You can place a lien on their bond and also sue them if they violated your rights. See, what happens is most people try to sue these people, try to sue police officers when their rights are violated, and that lawsuit can take about 2 years. So the police officer is getting paid and doing everything, and while the whole 2 years, while he's violated your rights and you've been wrong, and you may win the judgment or not. But in the meantime, what you can do is you can place a lien on that police officer's bond, and then that person cannot work. Period. They cannot work. It's done so that's what goes down. Once they start investigating the claim on that bond. Until that bond is satisfied, that lien, that claim is satisfied, that police officer can't work. And then, so while he's not working, then you place the lawsuit on that police officer. So you hit him double way. So now I got you. You're not going to be able to work and make money while you're, you know what I'm saying, while my lawsuit is pending. No, you're going to be out of work and be fucked over just like you fucked me over while I'm still got my lawsuit going. These are things that you can do in the law, you know, and I've showed many ways. I showed, you know, in the class, a couple of brothers who got railroaded and sued the police force for $150,000 and got it in 3 days because they were so wrong. So these are the type of things that I'm showing in the police law stop class, but you got to sign up to Patreon to do it at the $20 level. I need more people to sign up before the 1st. So today, tomorrow, 31st, please get in there and make sure you sign up. This will also, I'm going to be putting out those extra videos, you know, our superheroes to superheroes. That's coming up. There's been a whole lot going on this month, so I'm still writing that one. And also that Jordan, LeBron, and Kobe, Dragon Phoenix, and Dragon Phoenix. And that's probably going to be a big one because, you know, these are powerful figures, and these are powerful energies that are on display for us to see. So I'm gonna have to do a real breakdown of that energy. But now, man, I just want to say peace to the Kobe Bean. Man, thank you for all the thrills that you gave everybody around the world. Thank you for the mentality that you helped instill around the world. So brothers like myself and Zoe and, you know, all the other God conscious people who are out here trying to teach don't have to do it by ourselves. And you can show that consciousness through different means so that people can truly understand it. I appreciate you, brother. I'm sure we're going to see each other once again. To everybody else, holler at you later. Deuces.